Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution. Monster on the mic, I feel like hip-hop then adopted me. You pussy niggas shook, you let them turn this to a mockery. I give a fuck about their recognition. I'm trying to spit the fucking truth, somebody get the message. These politics, they overstate the obvious. They shooting like Stoyakovich, it's war on every continent. Deeper than you know, I'm what you hate if you the government. Young black with heart, I put a hex on the establishment. Niggas playing patty cake and I was trying to regulate. A lot of them are emulate, but none of them are demonstrate. Hip-hop will never need a eulogy. They give us 10%, they trying to take away gratuity. Work for what you want, I learned that from fucking Aubrey. And she ain't never lied, I told her this was nothing new to me. This must be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government been scheming. Here we go, I roll up, they say the city lights is feeling me. My girl, she super real, she think that ain't nobody cool as me. Flying in Pacifics, I'll be ripping till I'm gone. I sit back and blaze away like I'm a...
Good to see you. How you doing? Welcome in. I am DEADONDAVE, your Lord and Savior. It's WednesDave, and I'm here despite playing through a little bit of pain. So, pain is my watchword. We're always in the pain. We don't stop at the pain. Oh, wait. Did I unmute myself? Wait, did I unmute myself? I don't know if I did. Yes, I did. Okay, good. I wasn't sure that I did. I wasn't sure that I unmuted myself, but we did. Okay. Playing through a little bit of pain. I see some people in chat, Josh Lyons, and Fake Ass Twat. Sorry if I'm getting back into the groove, but I'm kind of getting back into the groove. So, the reality is I've been trying to get back into a streaming show pocket for a while. It just hasn't been possible for a myriad of reasons. One of the big ones is just work. Work is killing me. It's a working all the time. Not in a bad way. I love working. It's a good job. I'm doing my thing. Card shows. Selling cards, slinging cards, trading cards, buying cards. It's great. Not a lot of time for much else. Not a lot of time for much else. Why is it on that one? Wait. Oh, that's fine. It's just the chat box that's all messed up. So that's beautiful. I don't even care anymore. Stupid chat box. So yes, thank you, Fake, for inviting me into your groove. Classy as ever, girl. Classy as ever. Tweet out, stream, host it up, let everybody know that we are live. Let's start with the tooth story. I wish I was telling you about the lovely tooth fairy. And the reality is, rewind 50 minutes ago, I'd actually be telling you a different story right now because it wasn't that bad. And then I did something stupid. Figaro. Why is it going in? I hate my chat box sometimes. It really pisses me off. So, I broke a tooth a while ago. Like a long time ago. Like 3-4 years ago, broke a tooth. Didn't ignore it, but kind of ignored it. You know? And played it well for as long as I could, you know, and then eventually it caught up with me. And it just, the pain got too much one day and I had to go get my tooth pulled at a UConn hospital. I went to UConn because they do free dental work there, which I have no problem with. You know, veterans, we have really bad dental. It's hard to qualify for dental. It's just a pain in the ass. So I go there, and it was very easy, actually. They were wonderful. They were very nice, hospitable. It was actually a really good overall dental trip, if you can have one. I just needed this tooth out. The problem is the whole top of it was gone. Level with the gum line. It was not good. This poor girl, you know, this probably 82-pound Asian lady, very nice, very, very nice young woman. She battled with this tooth. She's going to tell tales about this tooth. This was her Moby Dick. She battled this tooth for 36 fiscal fucking minutes. Okay? I'm talking, I stopped taking time when she had to stop tugging and pulling and pulling and tugging. I'm talking 36 fiscal minutes of pulling and tugging and pulling, and not in a good way. It was, she had to Novocaine me 4, 5, 6, 7 times. She Novocaine me one more time after everything was over just so I can get home. It was so bad. It was so bad. But she did really good. What's up, basket artist? How you doing? But eventually, she got it. A lot of breaks, but this bitch was so deep. This root was so deep. And at one point, she slipped and she said, "This tooth has got a fat ass on it." And then she caught herself. She looked at me. She said, "I'm really sorry. Don't tell anyone I said that." I said, No, you're right. It's got a mad fat ass on it. And it did. This thing's got a mad fat ass on it, and it was just a pain. And 36 minutes of work is going to leave a lot of damage, and my face hurts so bad. It still hurts. But overall, I've healed really well. And that's even better considering I don't do anything you're supposed to do. I take the Motrin, or the ibuprofen rather, and I do the mouthwash, but I still hit my bong. And I still drink coffee. I still do a lot of stupid things. And it hasn't caught up with me until about an hour ago. I was eating something and trying to get the shit out of my teeth. And I just swished the wrong way. And I felt everything move. And now I feel something weird. Something just came out. Something happened because I feel something in my gum. Uh-oh. I might be losing my stitches. Which is fine. They're supposed to come out. I don't know if they're supposed to come out yet, but they're supposed to come out. I just feel something moving there. I'm so neurotic with this thing. It hurts. It's really starting to hurt. So this last hour, yeah, I was doing really good up until about an hour ago, and then I think I aggravated it. And of course, I had already decided to do the stream, and I got this one stitch that's sticking me right in my gum. It's trying to take me out. It hurts. But I digress. It's not so bad overall. We're getting through it. It's good to see you guys in the chat. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic night. We're going to hang out for a little bit. We're going to talk a little shit. Going to bullshit a little bit of things. Like I said, work has been crazy. Card shows all over the state. We got another one coming up on April 4th, April Fool's, April 4th, which is a Friday night, 5 to 10. Going to be a hell of a show. Going to be a lot of fun. I got to figure that show out still, but that's going to be a great show. I hope you guys, if you're in the area, come on down. You got pain meds for the teeth. No, I didn't. So that was the thing, right? So I don't do pills. You guys know my history with the, after I got hurt in the military, I'm on my ass they just gave me a bunch of morphine, Percocet. I'm never going to do pills again. I smoke weed. And it works well for this. It's anti-inflammatory. It's beautiful. But I did do the ibuprofen. So I was like, do I need antibiotics? And she was like, no, you're good because I removed the source of infection. I took out everything. I'm like, okay, rock star. And I do think I'm healing well. I think I just aggravated it again. It's what I do. I'm an aggravator. I aggravate things. It's what I do. Excuse me. Speaking of ripping the bong, there you go. Indica is great for that. Oh my God. Dude, all right, I went up to Mass and I got some King Louis Cash McKenna. If you can get this brand, you will not be happy. These are called bully bags and they're incredible. I also got a little ZJ, which is very, very good. And then Ghost OG, which is killer. I also got this great Marma bar. This is the one that I probably shouldn't use right now because of the tooth. Because I am afraid I may have did something earlier that's going to lead to me getting a dry socket, which I do not want. I do not want this. You do not want to ride that ride. It is no fun. So make sure you always lubricate it. Really careful. All right. So if you want to catch other streams and shows that I'm doing, here's a little bit of update on that. I'm doing the Whatnot live streams. I'm doing a little bit more religiously. We're getting more streams going because I'm doing the shoe streams again. Because I got an amazing wall of shoes that I have made, and it's fully legal here in Connecticut. Basket Artist, fully legal, and I have my medical card anyway, but fully legal. See, I was like, oh, my face looks swollen, but it's actually this side that's hurt. I'm just fat. Yeah, I'm just a fat ass. So you can catch me on Whatnot, Pawn Nation Cards. I'm doing shoe streams, card streams. I'm selling cards. I'm selling shoes. We're having fun. Video games, all kinds of cool stuff. Also, been doing more stuff with Blossom. We got a video out. We're just going to have a couple more parts to it. It's going to be pretty awesome. You got to check this out. It's the video, I believe, is called the Downfall of Alexandra Rodriguez. If you don't know who Alexandra Rodriguez is, you have to hear the story because it is, well, for me, it's just absolutely hilarious. But it's messed up how bad if you want to call it a hate community, the community, the critique community around Alexandra is. And this is me talking, guys. I've been around forever in a day. And 2016, I covered some of the most toxic stories that nobody was covering. You know, I was hitting the Onision stuff. Me and Faybell and Vega, we were doing crazy coverage of some amazingly petty and insane low stakes drama. I ain't ever seen a community this insane. I'm talking absolutely batshit, hysterically spurg crazy. And they think they're righteous. It's unbelievable. And I cannot wait till I can talk about it a little bit more. But if you want to go see part 1, it's out on Blossom's channel. Go. We did cover a little bit about it before. We hit it a lot differently because things have gotten so much crazier. They are taking down channels. They're getting their own channels taken down. It's insane. They're doxing. They're following people. They're making calls. It's crazy. The things that these people are doing. I mean, they're stream sniping people and calling places that they're at. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So definitely check that out and check out the next parts that are coming out very, very soon because yes. So the wildest shit y'all ever gonna see. Oh God. And it's been a lot of fun because there's been a lot of time invested and a lot of hard work. So very proud of it. Very proud to be part of it. It's been a lot of fun. And speaking of Blossom, the other night I got to show her one of my all-time favorite movies, and yeah, I'm just so happy. It's a movie that I just kind of expected her to see because it's just one of those movies. Barry Gordy's Last Dragon, and I'm so excited for her to see it. And she didn't hate it. I don't think she hated it, but it was absolutely incredible. Oh God, it was a good one. Every time I get to watch it, it's just one of those movies, and you got to have one in your life that when you're watching it, you just smile. You just smile. That's all you do. I got one more thing before we get into the big stuff of the whole point of the show today, Severance, and then some other shows too that I want to talk about. John Cena. So it wasn't too long ago where I was actually planning on potentially going to WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to be possible now, but I've been thinking about it, right? And, you know, John Cena's last WrestleMania, because of what they're doing, I have really no interest. I got to be honest. You wait all this time for this heel turn, and then it's just the lamest thing ever. You know, it's just so lame. He's still just John Cena, proven that he was a heel all along. Still just John. Now he just yells at kids. Now he just yells at the fans. The fans didn't support him, which makes no sense. Since he's become a part-timer, he is absolutely beloved, and it's just ridiculous that he's even doing these promos. They're not building the story right. The international build, and that's why they didn't do face-to-face, by the way. That's why they're just doing the solo promos, because it was in international territory. They think that matters. I think they think that matters. And it was quite interesting to see that they just have not had them interact with each other much. It seems like there's only going to be one more appearance before WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. John Cena as a heel has been nothing what I was hoping it to be, and I've been very disappointed. But what do you guys think? I want to know. And the first thing that I want to hear from you in the comment section is about John Cena. Let me know what you think about the John Man and his whole farewell tour. That's the thing about it too. It's like, because this is an announced farewell tour, the fact that he potentially could be going out as a heel, it's like, how do you do if he wins, loses at WrestleMania as he's getting close to retiring? You're not going to have a proper face goodbye for John. It just feels so stupid. They just did this wrong. They just did it wrong. Whatever the thinking was behind it so far is not coming to fruition. And yes, it's early, so it can change, and it's certainly not written in stone. But I ain't feeling it, potato chip. It ain't it. It ain't it. Okay. So I have been very lucky lately in the television show department. It's been a while since I've had as many shows that I watch actively, enjoying watching actively, and in fact, so many that I'm forgetting to catch up on shows. Like, I'm a season and a half behind on the Wheel of Time, my all-time favorite novel. You know, my novel series, the fantasy juggernaut by Robert Jordan, and completed by Brandon Sanderson. Incredible fantasy novel, turned into a show by Amazon, and it's actually been done incredibly well, shockingly well. So I got to catch up on that. I've got Shoresy that I finally finished. The latest season of Shoresy took a whole nother turn I wasn't expecting. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Set the fucking tone, boys. Really, really fun season there. And then, you know, Blossom said, hey, will you watch this show Severance with me? I watched it a couple years ago when it came out. I just kind of want to get your thoughts on it. And I was like, all right. I start watching this show. You know, I didn't really hear about it until very recently. And then as soon as I started hearing about it, boy, if I just heard nothing but about it. It's all over the place. They do pop-up stuff at like Grand Central Station. So, all right, back up. If you don't know what Severance is a show on Apple TV. In fact, it is now the most watched show on Apple TV, and it stars Adam Scott from Parks and Rec. Will there be heavy spoilers? I'm going to try to not go too crazy. I'm going to try to stick to the gist of things, but there will be some. Because this show is insane. So I'm going to do my best to not go too insane. If there's things in particular you do not want to know, please let me know. But I'm going to give some gists, okay? So you're safe for now. We're just starting with some gist, okay? Here's the gist of it. This show has... I can't really explain it. If you guys know me, you know every so often I get absolutely obsessed with a show and everything in it and about it. I think the last one that I was really heavy and still am is Rick and Morty. Absolutely incredible. But Severance in 2 seasons has quickly become one of my all-time favorite shows. It was created by Ben Stiller, who I hate. Christopher Walken's in it. One of the guys from the Fallout series is in it. John Turturro, Patricia Arquette. I mean, it's just absolutely loaded. It's a talent fest. Christopher Walken, if I need to say it again, Christopher Walken being gay. It's fantastic. Listen, all right, so I went into the show knowing absolutely nothing about its plot. I didn't know a thing about it. And that I wish, it's like watching the first episode of Invincible. You want the person to not even fucking have heard about the show, because that's when it's most effective. And I think that's true about Severance as well. Now, I'm not saying if you have heard about it or if you know about the show that it's going to affect your love of it or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But if you go into it without knowing too much, it really does matter to the like overall psyche of it, because you got to figure some shit out. Okay. And not in your regular way. This show is a puzzle and it's meant to be one. And that's kind of the point of it. All right. So how do you explain a show like Severance? That's a really, really tough task, because Severance is a little bit of everything. Okay. Severance stars Adam Scott, and he basically, what if you could have your work life and your home life severed from each other? And when you're at work, you don't know anything about your outside life, and you are the innie. And then when you are at home, you are the outie, and you don't know anything about inside life. $10 from Teddy. I started watching Severance yesterday, and I also didn't know much about it. How many times did you say holy fucking shit? And if you're into sci-fi shows or dark comedies or any type of crazy shows of that nature, when one of the first words you hear when the show explains what this company Lumen does is spatial. They use the word spatial. If you're a sci-fi nerd and you hear the word spatial, you know you're in for some fuck shit. Because spatial literally means anything is possible. You could be seeing anything at any time, and nothing could be what it seems to be. And that's exactly what the fuck you get. I'm like, so the severance procedure basically goes as follows. They take a chip and they put it into your head, and as people allow corporations to do. And this chip, when activated through a mechanism as you go down to your job on a secure floor, because the job is very high profile and secret and all this type of shit. So you have to be severed because you're not allowed to take any information home. So when you sever, and Teddy, I will hit a bong for you at some point, but I got a tooth pull, so I'm trying not to go too crazy on El Ganjo Loco, you know, Cheyenne baby. But thank you for that 999. You know, your ass looking fine. So the chip, it gets activated and you are separated. And that is a pretty heavy thing, because getting a piece of your brain removed from yourself and literally captured and recorded, you know, essentially in a chip and controlled by a corporation. It's pretty insane. You got to have a lot of trust to do it. But our main character, Mark, has a very sorrowful reason as to why he's in pain. He lost his wife in an accident and he is suffering. He can't function. So he took this job at Severance to just be at peace. And these innies, they're innocents. You know, they are they share this body with their outie, but they don't know anything but the severed floor. They've never been outside. They're heavily controlled, almost sedated, you know, catered to like children, because they almost are children. You know, they're only allowed to be alive for 8 hours a day, essentially, and then they're shut off. You know, and that's it. They live for 8 hours, and then they're shut the fuck off. And then when they wake up again, they're just back at work. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's also very useful. But Lumen has shown that it's not what it seems to be, and it's got this crazy cult following, literally this cult atmosphere about it. Praise Kier. Lumen is just a crazy company with incredible, insane practices. Now, I'm really trying not to give too much away. Now, for those who don't, care about spoilers, this is going to be more for you because we're going to start getting into a little bit more of the deeper plots and shit of the show. And if you're into it, please let me know what you think of it. Because, man, I think it's one of the greatest shows ever made. I just finished season 2. I watch it with Blossom, and I watch it every Friday morning. It comes out Thursday night. I watch it Friday morning before I go to work. And now I don't have that, and I don't know for how long. It took 3 years to get the second season out, and I'm hoping it's not going to take this long. But that's one of the things about the show of why it's so good. So, Basket Artists will be back. That's part of the reason why the show is so damn good, is because of its polish. The first season took a while to film, hours-wise, and it shows. It's beautiful. It pushes the boundaries of what art and filming is. It's laced with messages, and everything means something. Everything is meticulously placed. Placements, objects, it all means something. Joe Dirk, oh my God, you're streaming again. Yes, we're finally getting back on the old wagon here. Look, the reality is I just have not had any fucking time. Life has been so insane. And then it's been one thing after another. Latest thing has been this damn tooth. I got a tooth pulled, and it's been causing me shit. And I haven't been able to get on here, but I am on today. I got the tooth pulled a week ago. But I'm here anyway. I'm here for you, damn it, Joe Dirk. And I'm going to try to be a little more consistent with it. Monday or Wednesdays, whatever today is. There's really going to be no rhyme or reason to the shows. Whatever I got, you're going to get. And today it's Severance. We'll talk about some other things, of course, as well. If you guys have any things you want at the end of it, we'll bullshit. But Severance is the big topic of discussion today. And if you do want to get into the Discord, I will open up for you guys if you want to talk Severance. Because, man, if you're not watching this show, you should watch this show. And you don't have to be a sci-fi lover to be in love with this show. Blossom likes it a lot. She doesn't like it as much as I do. But I have no problem saying I'm obsessed with this show. Praise Kier. I am obsessed with this show. It's because it's fucking phenomenal. It's worthy of the praise. It's praiseworthy. Adam Scott, this is like, he's such a fucking good actor. $4.99 for today. I've only seen the first episode so far, but yeah, it'll hook. It really is. If you're an Adam Scott guy, thank you for the $5, Tedster. If you're an Adam Scott guy, if you enjoyed him throughout the years and all of his different roles, from Step Brothers to Parks and Rec, you just know this guy has got mad range, and he's got such crazy ability. And this show tests the ability, because if you've ever seen a show called Orphan Black, the lead actress of that show, and this is BBC America, I forgot this woman's name. She is a fantastic actress. And she did something really special because she had to play different characters. She had to literally become different versions of herself, and because she was playing clones. And it's just done in this really wonderful little way. This show takes it into a different level because it gives you ability to wipe your soul, wipe your mind, and just become a baseline version of yourself with very limited understanding of the things around you. You understand some things. You know what you are as a person. You know what America is, things like that. But you don't have deep understandings because you are just nothing. Is the show on it is Apple TV's product. It is only on Apple, but it's worth getting Apple for. Now, I'm an Apple guy now. I wasn't last time you guys saw me on the regular. I was still an Android droid, but now I have been enlightened, lifted, elevated to the Apple enterprise, and I love it. I now have a Mac. I'm not using the Mac for the streaming. The Mac is just here, But I'm Apple everything else. Sorry, not sorry, but you should be too because it's amazing, and you got to get on the Apple TV just for Severance. It's worth just for Severance. Because it really does challenge a lot of conventional thought, like of what a person is. If you think abortion conversations are boring, let's amp it up by like having full ass people. But what is a person? That's what the show really kind of fucking does to you, because once you have made the choice, you have chosen to do this, you are severing yourself and you are going to not know what you do at work. What is that person to you? Is that a person to you? Is it still you just at work? Do you care if that person has friends or anything? Does it matter? Because who is that? Is it still you? Well, it turns out to the innie, they do have lives. They have to do the job. They have to get the job done. They're incentivized. They're managed. They're micromanaged. They're punished. They're rewarded. They have friends. They get in adventures. They do things. And it's insane. So from their perspective, what are they? But that never becomes too much of an issue because they do such a good job of control until this new person is brought into the fold. Teddy, I don't even want to say too much to you because you need to go on a bender and try to knock as many out tonight as humanly possible, because when you get about midway through the show, when you get midway through the first season, the show just does stuff. This show has fucking balls, man. This show has balls. This show tackles every topic that you can think of, and not in that preachy way. It's not trying to be insistent. It's like watching The Godfather. It just has shit to say. It just has shit to say. It's not insisting upon itself on purpose. It just has shit to say. And you think about things in different ways. You think about race. You think about humanity. You think about the soul. You think about religion and just you think about friendship. You think about everything in just different fucking ways, because this show is an acid trip mind fuck of a bending show. And it just, you're watching it and you feel like you're on drugs, and then you want to take drugs because this show is on drugs. And it's incredible. It's just, I get emotional talking about this show because, praise Kier, because it's perfect. It's perfect. You know, it can get a little long in the tooth, but I don't have a problem with it getting a little, I'll call it glory shots, because this show loves itself. It knows how good it is. It knows how beautiful it is. And it loves to tell you guys and show you guys. It listens to the fans. It caters in the way because it feels like it's having a conversation with you at times. It feels like it's talking right to you and you're talking right back. And that's really, really rare for a show. And it gets lost. So it has these Star Trek first season, especially first movie Star Trek problem, where it's just like, we have this new technology and we really want to show it off and we want to show how beautiful it is. Look at these hallways, look at these hallways, look at these hallways. That's what this show does sometimes. And I can understand for some why it would be annoying. For me, I'm like, look at the way they shot the angle of this hallway. Oh my God, the lighting is on top. It's usually on bottom. Oh, that's me. I obsess over every fucking detail because it's there to be obsessed over. Ben Stiller and the creators really have made this show to be combed over with a fine tooth comb and just obsessed. And that's what I've done. I'm lost in it, man. And that's where we come to the finale. I don't want to get too much into everything because I do want anyone who hasn't seen it to go see it. I want to talk about a couple other shows that are actually blowing my mind because TV's doing really well at the moment. Shows that challenge and do deep thought, existential life things, like Lost, for example. They become victims of themselves because the writing is so good, you don't realize the writing is bad. No, writing is only good until it's no longer good. And when it's no longer good, it's evident that it was never that good. Because if you don't write your way out of it at the beginning, you're just making all these promises that you can't fulfill. Lost, to me, is one of the biggest letdowns of all time. And it's really just because years and years and years and years before the finale, the creators said specifically one thing they were not going to do. It was not going to be purgatory. And technically, Lost the Island was not purgatory. But it also was not purgatory. And while they were not on the island in purgatory, they created this church, which was essentially purgatory until everybody died and was there in the church, and then they were going to go somewhere. I can't fucking tell you how pissed off I was, because to me that was doing purgatory. And fuck you, Lost. To this day, because it's pissed me off. It ruined such a good show. And because they didn't answer any of the physics questions, any of the crazy connectivity questions, because they just left shit hanging in the wind, it was a bad show overall. I changed my opinion on Lost. And Game of Thrones came close to that. You know, and it was just not even the entire final season. It was the last 4 episodes. First 3 were great. First 3 episodes of the last season were great. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight you. That could have been it. They could have just ended it right there. Not another episode. It would have been a perfectly fine fucking finale. Done. But they didn't. And even after it, there was still... no, you can't defend anything after the Night King dies. Can't do it. It's impossible. But that's what happens to great shows. You get lazy. And that's the worry. If this show gets rushed, because they had a lot of time before the first season, because no one knew about it. 3 years it took to get out season 2 because of the writer and actor strike. So it's not exactly fair to call it 3 years. But they're not going to get 3 years. They're not going to get 2 years. Fans want season 3 because of what the finale on season 2 did. I cried like 3 different times. I cried like 3 different fucking times, guys, because it's... I can't. I'm just telling you, start watching if you're not watching, because this show rewards you. They don't have the problem of these other shows because what this show is clearly thought out, and they are already giving you answers and payoffs on big fucking questions. Like they're like, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Don't have to wait too much longer. Thank you for waiting. Here you go. And it's amazing. I digress. I do want to talk about, if you're waiting to come back in. Basket artists, all you guys come back in. We're going to talk about some other shows, because I got 2 other shows that have been game-changing for me. I'm going to start with a show that's not done yet, and that is The Pit. I am not a medical procedural show. I don't like medical procedural. I don't like procedurals, whether it be law, whether it be murder, whether it be hospitals. I don't like procedurals. It's the same fucking show every week. It sucks. House was one of the last great ones, you know? Severance, Jesus Christ. The Pit might be the greatest doctor show of all time. It's got a chance. It's got a shot. It's the most realistic. That's the hook of the show. But here's what the hook should be. It's, by its own words, The Pit is a spiritual successor to ER. Even though I guess I'm remembering ER a little bit different than I guess it actually was. Maybe I should go back and watch ER, because apparently ER was a lot deeper. I thought it was a little more campy, and apparently it wasn't all that campy. It's not like Grey's Anatomy, which I don't think is a very serious show to me. Like, I think it's a ridiculous show. ER, I think now that I'm trying to I might have to watch it again, because Noah Weil is so amazing, and Noah Weil stars in this show, The Pit. And so basically the creators of The Pit, who are some of the creators and people who worked on ER, wanted to do a straight sequel. They got denied by the production company, by the owners of ER. They told them no. So they went ahead and they did a show based in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. Jesus Christ, David. In Pittsburgh, called The Pit. And it has a lot of the same vibes and tones and actors. Noah Weil and some other people are also in the show that was also on ER as well. And apparently there's some cameos every so often from people and cool stuff like that. They're in a lawsuit. It's so close to the show in the creator's eyes that it's actually in a lawsuit. But that is not stopping the show from just absolutely being a fucking banger. Now, like I just said with Severance, it's an effortless show that can talk about everything without fumbling or getting repetitive or draining or feeling like it's speaking to you or preaching at you or speaking at you in general or lecturing you. It doesn't feel lectury. The Pit has moments where it's but it's not the same show as Severance. It doesn't follow the same rules. It is still a doctor show, very much set in reality. And unfortunately, because of that, it makes it lamer. And you do have to kind of talk about things. Because how can you talk about a show like The Pit, which is set in an ER, and not talk about what's really going on in the real world of hospitals? Why ERs suffer because they don't staff the rest of hospitals. They don't want to pay the staff. They don't want to have more rooms available. It's a nightmare. And this show talks about that. Not ad nauseum, doesn't go too crazy, but it does talk about it. And I think it does a really good job. It's a really good show. I'm excited for the new episode to come out tomorrow. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a crazy show. It's emotional. Fucks you up. If you're a pussy, don't watch it because it challenges you. The show will make you cry. I've cried a bunch during this show. I don't care. You want to fight? And I got one more show. And then I don't think I have too much else, but I want to talk about one more show. So even if you get these 50-minute, hour-long little episodes, at least you're going to be getting some more Dead on Dave more consistently. That's dope. I'm probably not done for tonight. I'm going to see what I got going on, and then I might jump on the old Twitch and do a little boxing. Thinking a little boxing. That's what I might didgeridoo, a little boxing, mate. I want to become heavyweight champion of the world. I want to talk about a show called Paradise. Oh, man. So when Paradise came out, it was another show that I wanted to watch because it looked intriguing and I love the main actor, but I was going to wait because I thought it was a procedural. It seemed like a West Wing mixed with a murder whodunit, and it seemed like it was going to be a procedural, and I was not about it. I just was going to wait. It's not that I wasn't going to watch it. I was. It was just not on my to-do list. Then I heard the show has this twist in it. And for some reason, when I started seeing people calling it one of the greatest twists in TV history, or one of the best handled twists, because even if you see it coming, which I did, you're still not prepared for the way in which they handle it. And it's not super obvious of what they're going to do. But this show begins with a twist. Like the first moments of the show is a twist. And if you're not a fan of flashbacks or work backwards show, you might have some problems with this show. But again, because of the execution of how they do it, you don't really care, because the flashbacks make sense. It tells a narrative in reverse, and because the people who are in the scenes are so good, you just don't care. Because it makes sense. You're getting bits of information at certain times. Now, this show is way more comparable and more in jeopardy of becoming lost than Severance was. Because Severance is so meticulous, and I'm not saying that Paradise is not, but it's a different show. So Paradise, how do you not give away too much with this? Fuck. This is hard, because Paradise, within the first, I'd say 10 minutes of the show, the president of the United States gets killed. And basically the first episode is kind of recounting the last encounters from a perspective of our main character, who is the head Secret Service agent. And it's such a good whodunit caper story that you don't really notice things that are happening. And by the time you do, it's too fucking late. And you realize what you're watching, and it's just this punch in the fucking face. You recoil from it because it's so well executed. Oh my God, is it pulled off well. And it's just slick and fun, and the show is just well done. Do yourself a favor and watch Paradise. It does have trope issues. If you have watched shows like this and you know these type of twisty shows, you know the type of issues these shows have, and it does fall victim to some of them. I'm not going to point them out and hammer on them too much. When you see them, you're just going to know, you understand. And it's not even a bad thing. It's just sometimes it's just how these shows work. But it doesn't take away from anything. The show is fantastically well done. And again, the acting is so good that it just nothing matters. Because you just get lost in this story and these characters and what you're seeing and how high stakes everything is. It's grip your anus and hope that the poop stays where it is. Because, man, it's a ride. It's a ride. So those are my shows right now. Those are the things that I can't get enough of. I just finished the 4th season of Shoresy. Highly recommend watching it. If you have not watched Shoresy, slap yourself. Go put a flaming bag of poop on your parents' doorsteps as well, because they raised you wrong. You definitely need to get hit a little bit more in life. Because, God, Shoresy, Letterkenny, they're must for anybody. Shoresy in particular, right now, is still going on. You know, the Letterkenny's done, unfortunately, but Shoresy is still happening. Fuck. Go watch it. Great show. What else? What movies? There's nothing going on in movies. I was gonna go to the movies. We're gonna go to the movies the other day, Blossom and I, and no. There just was nothing. There was nothing. There's nothing playing that I cared about. There's nothing playing she cared about. It was like there was nothing worth really going for. There's a couple of things that were kind of interesting, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to do a full show on the Alexander Rodriguez situation, just because I'm covering it with Blossom, and there's I can't, there's stuff I can't say in that video on her channel just because it's her channel. I'm not gonna overstep and do my shtick, but I will be covering it here, and I got some fucking shit to say about some of the dumbest fucking people you're ever going to hear about in your life. If you love stupid spurgs, wait until I can talk about this shit. Wait until the next parts are out, because I am gonna fucking talk about this shit. And these are some, I cannot wait to talk about these dumb bastards. I cannot wait to talk about these dumb fucking people, because they're so stupid and they're so mean and horrible. And the shit they do to folks is just, this is what we live for. This is 2016 Onision anti-O level type shit. Maybe beyond. Joyce Sparkle-esque. This is fucking insane. It's some of the craziest shit. And honestly, I'm telling you, what's crazy about this is you hear these stories, even when I covered these stories for as long as we did on this channel in 2016, 2017, and then back a few years ago when we were covering some of the smaller Spurg stuff, you've seen everything. You've seen everything. You know this stuff. And the thing is, this is always basic. It always follows the same lines, because the only people who can do this are the fucking terminally brain dead. And these people are some of the most hate-filled, brain-dead motherfucking people, which being hate-filled and brain-dead apparently is incredibly dangerous. I didn't realize how dangerous it was, but these motherfuckers don't care. They don't give a fuck about TOS. They don't give a fuck about stalking. They don't give a fuck about doxing. They don't give a fuck about invading your privacy. They don't give a fuck about calling your fucking families, jobs, homes, Walmarts you might be in. You're not fucking safe. These people are crazy. And I just cannot wait to dig in farther, because the people that are talking about it, if just the acts themselves are not fucking repugnant and horrible and just amazing to make fun of, the people are ugly and dumb. It's great. I'm just very excited. Oh, life is good. Life is good. And I'm happy to be a part of this one, guys. This one is amazing, because fuck. She is really nasty fake. She's a really nasty lady, man. She does smoke like an Australian who smokes 5 packs a day. You think we don't, cunt? Huh? You think we don't grow everything? That's what we do. Fucking crazy. We got some crazy characters in this shit. I can't wait. Wait till you introduce to these people. New crazy folk. So much fun. Anyway, I don't got much else. It was a good show. I needed a little comeback. Now, I promise. I know that the consistency has not been here, and I do not have any of your guys' trust, and nor am I asking for it. I plan on earning it back. I want to be consistent again. This tooth was a problem for a long time. I broke this tooth years ago. I'd say for probably the past year, I've fought off serious problems with this tooth. Fake. I can't wait to get a hold of some of this shit. I'm excited. I have some projects that I want to talk to you about based on some of this shit. Okay, we got work to do, pimp. But this tooth was causing so much problems, and not to get too disgusting, but the dentist who worked on this tooth said basically she removed a pocket of infection. And I really do think it has affected my motivation. It's affected a lot of shit about me in this past year. It's really, I'm exhausted. I've been so tired. No battery. I feel like my body's had to work so hard. And since the 6 days since this tooth has been out, I feel 100% different. It's like if you have a heart attack and you got to get a stent put in. Apparently, it's like you can breathe again. It's like that. It's like that. I can breathe again. I can do things, and it feels incredible. So that is great, and I hope that it continues to get even better, and I think it's going to. So, with all of that being said, I do think I'm going to be able to be consistent because I'm just not tired. It's 8 o'clock right now. For the past 6-7 months, this time I am just done. I'm done. I want to be on the couch. I'm closing my eyes. I'm falling asleep. I have nothing. And I'm really sorry about that. And I do hope that it's now starting to get into a better register. And we're going to do some more shows, more fun streams. Like I said, I might be heading over to Twitch here in a couple of minutes and doing a little boxing, depending on what the rest of the night's looking like. But I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, the tooth broke a few years ago, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm not trying to make excuses. It is what it is. You do what you can. And you guys know, if you know me for a very long time, I'm in pain every day. I got spinal cord stimulator, blah, 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 blah. I do what I can. That's always been the deal. And I feel like I can do more right now. So get ready. Thank you, Teddy, for the money. I'll get out of here. Do one more rip. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I think I did fuck up my mouth a little today. I think that I may have jarred the gum. I got or I may have. I think what I really did was when I accidentally swished around and sucked in a little. And I think when I did that, I may have pulled at some of the sutures, which is fine. They're coming out anyway, because they're the dissolvable ones. Grab your bongs, grab your pieces, and I ain't being euphemism-y. Don't grab your penises. Grab your pieces. Don't be gross. Don't be gross, Tammy. Praise Kier. Praise Kier. Watch Severance. Fake watch Severance. Fake watch Severance. Oh, watch Severance with the thruple. You want to break your friends? Want to break them? This show will break them. Episode 4 will change your fucking life. Episode 4 is going to break hearts. If you haven't seen episode 4, you're going to break. Heartbreak. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Mucho apreciado. We'll do one more rip. We're going to end it with one more rip. Real Talk, take us home. Everybody, thank you so much. We will be doing more. Keep it copious. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Real Talk, take us to the house, to the morning light. Good night.
I don't get no sleep at night, so I'ma just keep grinding till my people see the morning light. Feel like I'm Alexander's prodigy. Fuck your death threats, them niggas always talking honorary. The Pentagon the same, they trying to mold us in the pottery. But even if I die, my lyrics still a living history. You mean they treat us like we pawns and we listen cause we scared they ain't gon' beef with Genghis Khan? I'm higher than a dinosaur, she Oreo like Baltimore. I taught them what I know, that make me feel like I was Gryffindor. Get your game right, she hot, I call her sunlight. With lips like she's Brad's life, I ask her cost a crash site. But that's the way it is, I guess I play protagonist. This shit will never change, I'ma go out with her. This may be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government for scheming. Here we go. This must be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government been scheming. Here we go. I roll up, they say the city lights is feeling me. My girl, she super real. She think that ain't nobody cool as me. Flying in Pacifics, I'll be ripping till I'm gone. I sit back and blaze away like I'm Akeem Olajuwon. Yeah, hip hop. I'm real talk, hip hop. I'm real talk. Good luck, Jay Philly. Yeah. Welcome to the new world.
Yeah, dig. We always dig. Thank you, Real Talk, as always. We miss you every day. Let's go. One more rip. I'm talking about that one more rip. Let's do it. Oh, no gilding the lily on this one. Let's go.